Vince Vetrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at Right Choice Tax Resolution Services. We have recently talked with a number of new clients who told us the same story. They had a tax situation and went with one of those national firms with the TV and radio ads. You know the ones. They guarantee they can settle your tax owed for pennies on the dollar. They take a $10,000 fee up front, and then you never hear from them again. We are a local firm and just want to help you resolve your situation so you can get on with your life. Don't let your bank account get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security check get garnished, or a lien put on your house so you can't sell it or get refinanced. The state can even put a hold on your occupational license. What happens when the hospital finds out your nursing license is suspended or you can't sell insurance anymore? Make the right choice and call 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us today. Schedule a free meeting so we can talk and come up with a solution to solve your situation now. If you wait, it will not go away. The first meeting is free. Call now, 844-222-1192, or visit rightchoicetax.us.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
What? The car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adamm.com.
Protect mom's assets, protect your assets. Call Kraus Estate Planning, estateplanningpeople.com.
Election Day is 4 days away. Stay tuned to WTMJ for all of your Decision Wisconsin Election Day coverage. We are your #1 place for coverage of the 2024 presidential race. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 101, it is 47 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, mostly sunny, high of 49. We're close to that. Tonight, mainly clear and cool, low of 38. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Ty. A hazmat response at the downtown Milwaukee Post Office on St. Paul Avenue.
3 members of the Milwaukee Fire Department, donned in white suits and rubber boots, entered the post office around 11:30 this morning after crews responded to a report of a suspicious material inside the post office. Spokesman for Mayor Cavalier Johnson, Jeff Fleming, tells WTMJ he's confident the situation is under control.
Whatever it is that they're dealing with inside right now, I know that they have trained for this and are well equipped to respond.
Fleming would not confirm what the material was or if it was related to the upcoming election. Outside the downtown Milwaukee post office, Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Decision Wisconsin. Milwaukee is the focus of a final push for both campaigns.
The former president and the vice president head to the Brew City at the same time. Donald Trump will rally at Fiserv Forum at 8 o'clock tonight, with doors opening at 4. No word on any guest speakers or performers. Following a campaign event in Appleton at 6 o'clock, Kamala Harris will head to the State Fair Park Expo Center. It's her final When We Vote, We Win rally and concert, featuring guest speaker Cardi B and performances from big names like Glorilla and the Isley Brothers. Harris will speak at 9 o'clock. Doors open at 6. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
In-person absentee voting is still available in some areas until Sunday.
On one of the last days that you can vote in-person absentee, I am at the West Dallas City Hall checking things out. The weather is a little bit crisp, but everything looks good. Lines move along pretty quickly, especially if you're already registered. If you're not, just remember to bring your ID and you can register at the polls. In West Dallas, Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Just 12,000 jobs added before Election Day. White House officials are pointing to an unchanged unemployment rate and external factors as evidence the economy remains strong.
October's minimal job growth is about outside factors, namely strikes and hurricanes. That's according to Julie Su, the acting Secretary of Labor.
Nobody's looking at this month and changing the overall assessment of where the economy is. We have a lot of other data for that.
Some of that data showed downward revisions for the August and September reports, but she tells ABC News.
Even there, the 3-month average from July to September was a positive 148,000 jobs per month.
Brian Clark, ABC News.
Investors are kind of shrugging off that jobs report. They're looking ahead to Election Day. Let's take a look at the markets right now with your WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything is up. The Dow up 309 points to 42,072. S&P 500 is up nearly 31 points to 5,736. And NASDAQ is up 152 points to 18,247. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth. Annex Private Client. Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 1:04.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With shorter days in the forecast, brighten up now with top quality lighting and ceiling fans at unbeatable prices. At our award-winning showroom, you'll see our new display of Visual Comfort brand lighting along with their newest LED lights and ceiling fans. We carry every major brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, and I want to talk about exactly what we do. When you come here, you're going to get 2 shots with 2 very small needles. One will be a medication called Toradol, which is a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, completely different from a standard steroid or cortisone injection. This medication is safe and a great pain reliever. The other will be hyaluronic acid, which is a naturally occurring fluid found in all of our joints. What hyaluronic acid does is it helps recoat the inside surfaces to provide cushioning and lubrication. It helps slow down the osteoarthritis process to a point where patients may not need surgery. All of this combined with using our state-of-the-art Ultra G machine developed by NASA has produced profound results. What we do works. And the best part about this is that insurance covers most of our patients' treatments. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Losers of 4 straight games, the Milwaukee Bucks look to break out of their funk tomorrow night against the undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers.
Everything's on me until we get it right. We got to fix this.
Meanwhile, Packers quarterback Jordan Love, a limited participant in Thursday's practice, a sign he's making progress after straining his groin during last Sunday's win over the Jaguars. And the Wisconsin women's volleyball team takes on powerhouse Nebraska. Hear the game tonight on WTMJ with coverage starting at 7:30. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time-saver traffic. We are still dealing with this crash out in Washington County, and the slowdowns are getting worse. It's 41 south. About a mile and a half beyond the ramp from Wisconsin 144, the left lane is blocked due to a crash. This is not far from the little Switzerland ski area. And if I take a look at the backups are right about from Little Switz to, we're going to go past Highway 60 there, almost to Western Avenue. So definitely the backups continue to get a little bit worse. And we'll give you an update in about 25 minutes here to see if it's cleared yet. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, mostly sunny, high of 49. We're almost there. Tonight, mainly clear and cool. We're going to dip down to 38 degrees. Woo! Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 56. Sunday, rain is likely. Breezy as well, high of 61. Monday, rain likely again, also breezy, but our temps got a high of 68, high of 62 on Tuesday, but another chance for rain. It's currently 47 degrees in Sheboygan, 45 in Waukesha, and 47 in Milwaukee. I'm Jessica Ty. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 1:08.
65,498 square miles. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get to it. This is Spanning the State, and here are your hosts, Kristen Bry and Brian Noonan.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Happy first day of November. Brian, how was your Halloween hangover?
Oh, it's for the first time, we have no candy in the house. There was nothing left over. We had 434 trick-or-treaters at our house last night.
What was the best costume?
The inflatables I thought were really good. The one that caught my eye the most, a kid had an inflatable Jim Carrey era Joker costume on. He was in.
You mean The Mask?
No, no. Jim Carrey played the Joker, or the Riddler, rather. The Riddler.
Okay.
He played the Riddler. So he came to the door, and my wife was handing out the candy for the most part because I was hobbled, but I was looking, and my wife said, "Oh, that's a great costume." And the kid was so happy. He was like, "Nobody else has recognized me." We're like, "Dude, that's a good costume." So, and all the little kids, I don't care what these little kids are dressed as. They crack me up. You know, they're Spider-Man or Iron Man. They're wearing their winter coat. Iron Man had his mask on, but he still had a big wool hat
over it.
I was like, and they're so happy. But by the end, by about 6, the little ones, you could tell they were over it.
They're
It was cold.
nose are running,
it was windy.
their hands are cold. Yeah. Like I took Frankie out for a little bit. Let's refuse to keep her hat on. Would not put mittens on, and it just snot everywhere. It's like, all right, it's time to go home.
Yeah, they got a little
put you in some heat.
By 10 to 7, we had run out of candy. We had been going hard from 3 o'clock on. And even after that, I think that there was only one knock at the door, but we had put up a sign like, "Sorry, we're all out of candy." But somebody couldn't read and they knocked on the door. But it was fun. At one point, I went out to adjust something in the yard because
is your yard fully decorated?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Here's a little flex, it's not even a humble brag. It's just a brag. Every year, people take pictures in front of our house.
That's cool.
Yesterday, they asked Debbie if she would take their picture in front of the house. So, it's. But yeah, I went out and I looked down the street, and it was beautiful. It was America. The leaves were changing. Both sides of the street were jammed with kids, and everybody seemed to be having a good time. And for a moment, just a moment, I forgot everything about Tuesday.
Oh, just a
moment.
moment.
And I thought, this is the greatest thing.
That is, well, and it's funny because I feel like there is moments like that are helping along, at least in the newsroom or anyone who's very invested in the election of, as the kids say, go out and touch grass and be in real life. And remember, there is more things to life than this election. I saw my chiropractor because I just have this whole neck thing happening and will not go away. And I said, is this just my posture? Do I need to get wear one of those things that straps my shoulders back? And so I stop slouching all the time. She goes, it's a little bit of your posture. She goes, it's also just stress. And I go, okay. And just how bad stress is on your body and your health and your immune system. And I think I mentioned this earlier this week as far as the stress of the political cycle on majority of Americans is acute and not going to go away probably going into this weekend. But when we come back, we are going to be talking to a psychologist from UW-Madison who has some tips, both some tips of what we can do to alleviate stress ahead of Tuesday, on Tuesday, and also the stress that's going to come after the election, inevitably, for people whose candidates don't win, because that is also part of why there's so much anxiety.
Wait, is that possible? I thought everybody won.
No, they're not everybody wins, Brian.
Oh man, okay. I thought it was like youth soccer. Never mind. I'm still feeling happy from yesterday. Don't
parade.
Yeah, don't yuck my yum.
Well, I can't wait. Then after that, we'll talk. We'll spike everyone's cortisol again because Steve Scafidi will be here for the political hour, half hour, and then we'll have some more fun in hour 2. But coming up next, if you have been looking for ways to alleviate some of your stress and anxiety, stay with us on Spanning the State.
Think you're smarter than the people you hear on the radio? Well, time to prove it with our Trivia Showdown. Brought to you by Quizmaster. Go head-to-head with WTMJ personalities in trivia competition. Check WTMJ.com or text trivia to the WTMJ talk and text line for a list of dates and locations of our next trivia showdown, benefiting Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive, only here on WTMJ.
Hola, Wisconsin tequila lovers. Happy Friday. It is Brian Noonan here for El Bandito Yankee Tequila. I need you to get ready to break out the Bandito with El Bandito Yankee, the official tequila of game day. 100% Blue Weber agave, award-winning, all-natural, additive-free, and the smoothest tequila Milwaukee, Madison, and Titletown have ever tasted. You can get yours today at great spots like La Pina on 3rd Street or your favorite local store. And remember, you always win with the undefeated flavor of El Bandito Yankee Tequila. For events, recipes, places to buy El Bandito, then go to elbanditoyankee.com. Muy bueno.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, WTMJ Sandy Max here to tell you about incredible career opportunities with my friends at 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman. 3 Pillars is rated as the top senior living community in Wisconsin, and it's a certified great place to work. Nursing to dining services, maintenance to housekeeping, you'll find an abundance of rewarding jobs available in a serene setting where you make a difference in the lives of others every day. Go to 3pillars.org and click the Careers tab to learn more.
Well, hello there. It's Spanning the State. I'm Brian Noonan.
And I am Kristen Bry, and we are just days away. We don't have to tell you. You're listening to the station. You know. Days away from the election, and 7 in 10 people have reported that their leading stressor in life is politics. At least 7 to 10 people in the United States. And I would be lying if I didn't admit that I certainly am one of them. But stress is terrible for our body. And so joining us now to share some tips on how people can cope with the stress in the final days leading up to the election, as well as its aftermath, is Dr. Shyla Murgain, who is a psychologist at UW-Madison. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Thanks for having me.
So what is it exactly that's causing the stress that this many people are feeling it? Is it the ads? Is it social media? Is it the rhetoric? Like, what is it, all of it?
During this time, there is so much uncertainty with the neck-and-neck polls, and we're also bombarded with political ads, whether it's in a television commercial, unwanted text messages coming in, or posts on social media. And I think the uncertainty leads to this intensity that many people, regardless of your political preference, are catastrophizing about what will happen if your candidate does not win. I also think we're seeing an increase in polarization, an us versus them mentality that's causing divisiveness and discord in our relationships.
And when we're dealing with these kind of feelings, how bad does it actually get? I know we've all heard, stress can cause heart disease, blah, blah, but in this short, intense period, what does it do to our health?
Well, we know that stress, especially chronic stress, can impact our immune system. It can cause mental health issues, like people might be feeling intense anxiety or even some dysphoria or loss of interest or motivation. I also think stress can cause things like headaches or sleep disturbance. And so there's really a mind-body connection. And as we're leading up to the days for Election Day, it's so important to have some plans in place to manage that stress, and especially on November 5th, where we probably aren't going to get the results until early morning the next day, if not several days ahead.
And so what are some of those tools as far as like having a plan to mitigate stress between now and when polls close?
Well, I love that you said plan, because first, having a voting plan, we know that there are unprecedented lines at polling places. So really having a time and a place and know your poll location, and then focus on what you can control. You obviously can control your vote. And there are other things you can do. Maybe this is the time to donate some money to a political cause that feels important, or maybe you start to volunteer in these days leading up to the election, or there's always midterms 2 years from now. I think also really noticing, being mindful of the kind of information you're taking in. Watch out for doom scrolling. Election day, it's probably not great to just be glued to a device watching the latest numbers coming in. And instead, doing some self-care, like I think election day, maybe taking a walk outside in nature, practice some mindful breathing to calm and center yourself, and don't isolate. It's so important in these next couple of days to really reach out for support, and maybe even having connection with like-minded friends where you can get some solace, and if your candidate doesn't win, or do a little celebration if your candidate does win.
What about people who have to expose themselves to more than the quote unquote normal amount of this? I know it's affecting one of my coworkers' necks. I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah,
but
for those of us who have to work from 8 to 11 on election night.
So we can't really shelter ourselves.
Yeah, right. That's a great point. And I would say taking little mini breaks in there, making sure you're getting outside, getting some fresh air, just stepping away so you can recharge. I think it's going to be important for all of us to pace ourselves as the results are coming in. And I think it's really important not to future forecast or doom and gloom and catastrophize if your candidate doesn't win. I see this on both sides. This notion, it's going to be the end of the world if my candidate does not win. Instead, having a sense of hope, focusing on what you can control and do. And I think it's important to take positive action. So do some things for your own joy, even if it's a tiny thing. I think that's really important to stay resilient in the upcoming days.
Because that's what it seemed like. There's the unknown, the anxiety over the unknown until we finally have some results from the election. And then ultimately there's going to be half of the country whose candidate, at least for president, doesn't win, but then all of the down ballot, whether it's, U.S. Senate and Congress people and state legislature, and there's winners and losers in elections. And so does that then get replaced from stress into, not to be hyperbolic, but feeling of grief for the people whose candidates loses?
Absolutely. I think there's going to be a full range of emotion to elation if your candidate wins, but also that doom and gloom or depression or significant grief. So I think in these upcoming days to get connected to people of similar political beliefs so you can get support. And if your candidate doesn't win, to take solace that this is one election, but it's not the end of the only election, and you can get involved in the midterms. And we know political parties come into power and leave power. So there's always the next election. And I think it's important also to maybe also set some boundaries around family members or friends who have differing political opinions, that this isn't the time to gloat or have somebody rub it in your face. So instead, maybe you agree to disagree and set some boundaries, like I'm thinking Thanksgiving, to not talk about politics, that's just going to create some divisiveness.
Stress obviously is nothing new. Is stress around politics newer than stress around relationships and all the other things that we're used to being stressed about, work and kids and that? How long have you been seeing people this stressed out over politics?
Well, I think stress looks the same in the body and the physiology, no matter what it is. But I think in this particular election, there is such polarization, there is such divisiveness. Many on both sides feel like there's so much at stake. And I also think we are bombarded with political information in a way that we weren't 20 years ago, with social media, with all those political ads, with it just being top of mind for people. And so I think there's just an intensity to it. I think even we see our presidential candidates out there day and day doing 2, 3, 4 events in a way that we didn't like 20 years ago in our presidential elections and the campaigning leading up to the days of Election Day.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the tips. So focus on the things that you can control, take breaks, be with some like-minded people, have a plan. Dr. Shyla Burgain, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks
for having me.
All right. Well, take all of that to heart. Does that make you feel a little bit better, Brian? Are you going to incorporate any of those tips?
No, we're going to be working. Listen, you got to get out and get some air or your head's just going to fall off. So I'm stressed, but everybody handles it a little bit differently. I'm looking at it now like I've done all I can do. I've talked to people. I've posted things. I voted. I helped my wife with postcards. I've done my part. And so one of the things that I hear all the time from my therapist, control the effort, not the outcome.
Yeah.
So I controlled my effort. I have no control over what's happening Tuesday. So it's maybe a little defeatist, maybe a little realistic, where I just go, okay, it's out of my hands. So, of course, I'm worried, but, we still got to come to work Wednesday.
We still got to
come to work don't we? Wednesday. We're not getting Wednesday off.
I mean, some people are taking Wednesday off. I'm not taking Wednesday off. I don't think you're taking Wednesday off. But,
no, I'm not. Listen, no,
yes.
I've been home.
Jessica Ty's not taking Wednesday off. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break and have more after this.
The Upswing is your place for commerce and community.
Donald Trump called the word tariffs. It's more beautiful than love. The most beautiful word in the world.
Hosted by Jeff Sherman.
Oftentimes will benefit a small group while imposing costs on a much larger group and having negative effects over the long term.
Weekdays from 10 to 11 on WTMJ. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs.
I'm Rick.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Monica. We're hoping to meet you in Kenosha where I-94 meets Highway 50.
On the southwest corner, you'll see a brand new building.
And it's huge. Kessler's Diamonds is known throughout the Midwest for our amazing selection of engagement rings.
The sparkle of our diamonds.
Our lifetime trade-up policy on natural diamond stud earrings.
The construction of our diamond tennis bracelets.
Our incredibly customer-friendly pricing.
And the strongest jewelry warranty in the entire world.
She's not making that up. We're famous for our warranty.
Read it to them, Rick.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Kessler's is 100% employee-owned.
Walk through our doors and you'll be greeted by one of the owners.
And we can do whatever it takes to make you happy.
Kessler's Diamonds is at the southwest corner of I-94 and Highway 50 in Kenosha. Come see us.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's Dave from Feldco. Did drafty windows make last winter frigid? Listen, Feldco's here to make things easier for you. It's the perfect time of year to replace those old windows. Right now, get 50% off windows plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. Visit us at 4feldco.com or give us a call at 866-4Feldco.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866-4Feldco.
ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here. 'Tis the season for celebrating at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Join them this holiday season for special events to get you in the festive mood. From a spectacular brunch with Santa to the holiday marketplace and one-of-a-kind dinner and a show experiences, St. Kate has a celebration happening nearly every week through the holiday season. Make a night of it and extend the experience by booking an overnight stay at St. Kate. Special packages are now available. Celebrate the holidays with St. Kate. Learn more by visiting stkatearts.com/holidays.
It is Spanning the State. I'm Brian Noonan.
And I am Kristen Bry. Coming up next, we got Steve Scafidi joining us for the Political Power Half Hour.
That won't be stressful at all.
No.
That will be a calm walk along a babbling brook.
But we are also going to talk about how he is going to manage to stay awake from 11 to 5 a.m. on election night. He is very happy to be doing it, but I think I will be... You know, I don't know the last time he stayed up all night. I don't even know the last night. I can't even stay up till midnight, and I'm a lot younger than him.
Yeah, not anymore. I'll give him some tips for how I used to navigate those 6-hour overnight shifts.
Were you just nocturnal at that point?
No, because the weird part was I only did it 2 nights a week because
Okay.
I was working weekends. So I would have to, on Monday, I'd be back to daytime schedule. So it was,
you would, and were you full-time radio at that point?
no, I would do, well, yeah, for some of it. I would do my Friday night show if we didn't have a game until 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Then I would, on Friday night into Saturday, I would be off from 9 until 2. I'd do 2 to 5 a.m. Then I'd come home I'd get home about 6. Saturday night I would do 11 to 5 in the morning. And then Monday I had to be back on a regular, back on a regular schedule.
Were you just exhausted always?
Yeah, I was exhausted. I was cranky.
I mean, was it worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Radio is like an abusive partner, and I only mean that because as bad as radio will treat you, if you love it, you keep coming back.
Yeah.
So so Steve's going to get slapped around a little Tuesday night. We'll talk to him about that. I was shocked by that number that you gave out at the beginning, the 7 to 10. And I know we don't have much time. 7 out of 10 Americans stressed about the election. I looked this up from the American Psychological Association.
Yep.
And average stress of Americans is like 5 out of 10. This year, as you mentioned, 77% of Americans put the future of the nation as a whole at a 10. They put the U.S., 69% of those people said it was the presidential election that was stressing them. Now, if you look back, it hasn't changed too much. In 2016, it was 52% who were that stressed out over the presidential election.
52 to 77? That's a pretty big jump.
Well, 2020, it was 68%. No. This is just of the 69% of that 77. So 77 are stressed as a whole.
Okay.
69% of them said the main stress is the presidential election.
Okay.
So out of the 77% that were overly stressed in 2016, 52% said it was the election. Okay. 2020, 68%, and now it's 69%. So the last 2 elections have been pretty much neck and neck as far as how stressed we are.
All right. Well, there you go.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. U.S. Intel says the origins of a video falsely showing individuals in Haiti voting in Georgia was the work of Russian influence actors. Georgia Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger earlier deemed the video fake. ABC's Pierre Thomas has more.
The bogus Georgia video follows another in battleground Pennsylvania, showing someone destroying Trump ballots. The feds say it's a Russian fake, too. But the good news, according to Homeland Security's top election protection official, despite those efforts, America's voting system is completely secure.
Presidential candidates today campaigning in Midwest swing states. In Orlando, a 17-year-old in custody for last night's downtown shooting that killed 2 and injured 6 others. Police say they still don't have a motive, but authorities have issued an overnight curfew. Cheers along the parade route in Los Angeles, celebrating the Dodgers World Series title. The team also won the World Series in 2020, but due to COVID, did not hold a victory parade. This is ABC News.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 1:31. An update on the hazmat situation at the Milwaukee Downtown Post Office on St. Paul Avenue. The Milwaukee Fire Department confirms that a powdery substance was found inside a letter around 11:30 this morning. Initial tests did not indicate what that material was exactly, but did not indicate either that it was dangerous. Milwaukee fire crews tell WTMJ that this is an isolated incident within the city, not targeting other USPS locations, but that it mirrors similar incidents across the country. A suspicious death investigation in Waukesha. Waukesha police confirm human remains were found wrapped in a tarp near North and Moreland. A person discovered those remains in a wooded area just before 4:30 Wednesday afternoon. An autopsy still needs to be conducted. A Milwaukee man posts bail after driving the wrong way on I-94 and coming within inches of the vice president's motorcade last week. 55-year-old Wayne Wacker is charged with second-degree recklessly endangering safety. Police say he'd been driving with a blood alcohol content 3 times the legal limit. Wacker's charge is a Class G felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a $25,000 fine. Time for news about your money now. Here's a WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. We are still looking good. The Dow up 331 points to 42,094. S&P 500 is up nearly 32 points to 5,737. And the NASDAQ is up 154 points to 18,249. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. Still dealing with this one crash up in Washington County, 41 North. It's about a half mile beyond the ramp from Wisconsin 144. Right shoulder is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Now they're calling it a disabled vehicle, huh? All right. Okay. Well, there is still slowing. It looks a little bit better. The slowing's getting better. Before it was from the Little Switzerland ski area all the way down to Western Avenue. We still are seeing some slowing, but it's getting better, so just give it a few more minutes. And here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, mostly sunny, high of 49. Tonight, mainly clear and cool, will dip down to 38. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 56. Sunday, rain is likely and breezy, high of 61. Monday, rain is likely and breezy, high of 68. Tuesday, Election Day. We do have a chance for rain, so bring your umbrella, pack a poncho for the polls. High of 65 on Tuesday. It's currently 47 degrees in Sheboygan, 45 in Waukesha, and now up to 48 in Milwaukee. I'm Jessica Ty. Saudi Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 1:34.
Here we are again. November. No more nice weather, Fember. Let's at least keep the cold and wet outside and do it with style with new Pella windows. Pella's, installed by Pella's 4-time National Platinum Certified Contractor of the Year, our own local and family-owned Siding Unlimited. No question that Pella windows are the best. Best looking, best functioning, best energy efficiency, and great choices with double hung casement, big bay windows, and even the in-window blinds to match your decor. And the best installer in the whole country is right here, our Siding Unlimited. That's the 4-time declaration by Pella Window Company of Pella, Iowa. Your first 2 easy choices. Number 1, Pella Windows. Number 2, Siding Unlimited. See all the other Pella choices at the unique Siding Unlimited Outside-In showroom, 665 Larry Court in Brookfield. They're waiting for you. What are you waiting for? SidingUnlimited.com.
Do you know how taxes will impact your golden years? I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Proper tax planning can make all the difference in your retirement savings. Without the right strategy, taxes can take a big bite out of your hard-earned nest egg. We can help you maximize your retirement income and keep more of what you earned. It's your money. You deserve to know what's at stake. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be low forever. At Drake & Associates, we focus on helping you navigate the complexities of tax laws to ensure your financial future is secure. Don't let taxes derail your retirement dreams. Call us or text TAX to 414-409-9982. That's TAX to 414-409-9982.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
It's time for the Political Power Half Hour on Spanning the State. Here is Brian Noonan, Kristen Bry, and Steve Scafidi.
Wow, and now we've got an edit, a noticeable edit before Steve Scafidi, just in case we need to add somebody else if Steve bails on us. This is becoming quite the controversial open. Hi, Steve.
There's been a lot of shifting of the order of names, but hello,
Yes.
Steve.
Good afternoon, everybody.
How's your stress level doing?
I'm good. Actually, I've told you I've been stepping back from some of the crazies and some of the crazy things that people post. So I'm actually good. I was actually out just looking at the immense pile of leaves I have in the front yard, debating what I want to do with them.
What are your options?
I'm going to haul them to the city and let them do mulch them. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. All right.
There it is. Can I ask real quick, because I want to compliment you. You looked fantastic when you were on the BBC the other day. And
Thank you.
when you're talking to somebody outside this country, and you may have answered this on the Political Power Hour, which airs at 9:00, just in case anybody didn't know that here on WTMJ. I'm going to make good on that one mistake.
There you go.
You're welcome. What do they think of us?
It depends who you talk to. So I do BBC Radio. I'm actually doing a hit Monday night at our time, midnight. They think we're sort of humorous and funny in our politics. That's the radio side of BBC. On the TV side, I think they're like a lot of people in this country. We're talking about stress levels. They're a little apprehensive about what might happen Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever that election is decided. So it's sort of the same thing. I mean, obviously they're pretty, the UK is very connected to the United States, two very strong economies. Obviously the relationship we have is great, but like a lot of people, they're wondering what might happen. And there's some trends to talk about. There's some certainly turnout things that are interesting. So lots going on.
And so where do you fall right now? I think we all know that being in the prediction business is a losing game. But what are your 4 days out? What are you feeling? What's your gut instincts?
I think turnout is one thing, and we'll see if the actual turnout, what were we, 3.3 million in 2020. If we exceed that, then that's a significant turnout. I said we would. I think if it was 3.5, that would be amazing. We'll see. Early voting maybe just people decided to vote early instead of on the day of the election. We will find out what that means. Here's the cool part about this, though. You can look at some of the trends about who is voting. Early voting in all the swing states, which is Arizona, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina, Michigan, and Wisconsin. In almost every state, women outnumber men by, I would say, an average margin of 9 to 12%. That is huge. That's significant. And given what we've talked about over the last year with the reversal of the Dobbs decision, that change in abortion policy in this country, that suggests something to me that at least on one side of the gender aisle, women are excited to vote. Doesn't mean they're all necessarily Harris supporters. We'll find that out. But I would think that would give the Harris campaign and those who support Kamala Harris a better feeling going into Tuesday.
Is that a lot different than 2020, that amount of early female votes?
Yeah, just the fact that it's higher number is better than 2020. And I think in most cases that I looked at, the gender profile is different than 2020, which sort of matches what the gender profile is anyway with women. I think they're 52-48 over men. So that is a sort of a change here.
Well, and Steve, it's interesting because I feel like you've been pretty honest about over the years, maybe not right now for this specific presidential debate or election, but Kathy does not always share your politics, and you guys have been okay with that. You've been married for a very long time.
Right.
What do you make of, there was an ad this week, it was a Kamala Harris ad, voiced by Julia Roberts, that reminded women that who you vote for is only your business. You don't have to tell your husband. You don't have to tell your friends. No one knows who you vote for. And it was basically the, implication is, you can tell your husband you voted for whoever you want, but it's only between you and that piece of paper who actually knows. I know you commented a little bit on this on Twitter. What is your takeaway from the reaction, both the ad and the reaction to the ad?
I love the ad, and frankly, anything with Julia Robertson is a good idea because she's very popular. I will say this. I'll give you both my take on it from this election perspective, and then a personal story that relates to what we're talking about. I think that women in this election, I just said this at an event the other night, women are the deciders here. One, they already are the majority of the population, so they have that natural built-in number edge. But I think with all the things swirling around the issues that we talked about, abortion, women's health care, all that stuff, that's sort of baked in. Here's a real story that happened. I'm not going to tell you who told me. It was a friend. She's at the polling place yesterday. She overhears a conversation between a husband and a wife. And I trust this person as much as I trust anybody. And she said she hears the husband say to the wife, "You will vote for Trump." He got scolded by the election observer or one of the people working there.
Oh, wow.
That's a real life case of what we're talking about here. This individual got scolded by, you cannot have those conversations out loud when you're making your decision at the polls. And if, as you know, you walk up by yourself, you don't walk up in teams, right? You're not sharing your ballots. And that's one example. And I hear people talking about this stuff like these things don't come out of thin air. There's a reality here that for some people, they think, well, of course we vote the same way. I think that's nonsense. And to think that only politics should be the sole decision maker for a relationship or a partner relationship, whatever you want to call it, husband and wife, is silly. And frankly, all that's led to is the chaos and the divisiveness that we have right now. And I'm glad that people are pushing back against it.
All right, well, let's take a break really quickly. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about the Outrage Fest and just how it feels like each day we're getting something that tops the thing before as far as what either camp is saying. So we will get more of that after this with Steve Scafidi, Brian Noonan, Kristen Bry, Political Power Half Hour on Spanning the State.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about AccuNet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
We've seen that sleep apnea bully stop breathing more than 100 times an hour. But this problem is solvable, and Advent has simple solutions that have been proven to be extremely effective.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. Have you been to the Hounds and Tap yet? In Menominee Falls, this state-of-the-art facility and the ultimate hangout for hounds and humans. Grab a drink at the indoor-outdoor tavern, let your dogs hang out. You can even book professional grooming services, from pedicures to full spa treatments. Every day is a play day at the Hounds and Tap. Hang out with your dog and others, or drop your dog off for doggy daycare or doggy boarding services. Check out thehoundsandtap.com. That's thehoundsandtap.com.
It's Friday, so that means it's the Political Power Half Hour. Steve Scafidi joining us. I'm Brian Noonan.
And I am Kristen Bry. And out of all the outrageous things said in the last week, Steve, where do you want to start?
God, this is like one of the most depressing things that I hate about campaigns. That's why I'm encouraging people to shut all their media off this weekend and just get outside. It's supposed to be sunny for at least half the weekend. Whether it's, Joe Biden from somewhere saying that he says he didn't, but Trump supporters are garbage. Mm-hmm. That didn't help. We've seen Donald Trump use every name in the book about his opponents and his and certainly supporters of Kamala Harris and Democrats. I guess I don't even want to say this stuff over again because it's so irritating to me. This is why we have the problems we have, because we don't focus on anything real. We're just going back and forth with this nonsense over and over. And at the end of this campaign, it's the last thing we need in this campaign. It's just people hurling insults at each other. I just have no desire to play this game. And someone scolded me today on social media. And God, I can't wait till the election's over so I can get off. It is just ridiculous that they said the context of what Trump said was most recent comments related to Liz Cheney threatening, essentially a firing squad, taken out of context. And thankfully, other people came to my support, including Reed Ribble. There's no context here.
No.
It's silly and stupid, and I hope that we're all smarter than that. But yet here we are arguing about the context of insults that have no real place in an election as important as this one. It's maddening.
Well, one side will just say, "Oh, that's just that person being that person," and the other side is held to a different standard. All the pearl clutching that went on over the garbage comment, which I don't agree with. You can't lump a whole group in because of who they vote for. But, let's not pretend that this hasn't been going on for the last year. And as you said, Steve, it's getting worse and worse every week.
This is not a controversial statement. Donald Trump, whether you love him or hate him, has dumbed down the rhetoric in the debates in politics. That's not a controversial statement. It's not a outside the norm statement. It's just the facts. There's no way that this sort of debate is happening without Donald Trump in the midst of it. So let's be honest about that. Doesn't mean you can't vote for Donald Trump. You do what you got to do. I don't tell you who to vote for, but I tell you what I think about the candidates. And for me, as I've decided over the last now 3 elections, he's not my candidate because of some of these things, the acting unpresidential, the inability rather to just act like a normal human being instead of the weirdo that he sometimes rolls out at these rallies and on TV. It makes no sense. And I'm sorry if that hurts Trump supporters' feelings. You can love him for policy. Go ahead, knock yourself out, vote for him.
Yeah, and as you say that, because he has said if he loses, he's not running again. So do you feel like there is any rebound from this, or is this the new lowest common denominator of how we communicate, how we run political campaigns? Is he the symptom or the cause?
It's a great question. He certainly accelerated it. These things have happened before, but not to the degree that they happen now. So he's certainly an accelerator of all this nonsense. He's not the cause. We've had debate like this in the past. It just wasn't as widespread and as common now. We have people that I respect that are saying absolutely inane and insane things because their candidate, in this case Donald Trump, is saying it and they have to support him. That is not the way we should be doing business. There's no policy left anymore. It's all this stuff. We have a Congress that doesn't do anything other than argue with each other. You can even take that to the state level, the legislature, other than some of the big things they accomplished. They spend a lot of time on nonsense and trying to rewrite our Constitution on Election Day. That's not how it's supposed to work, and I'm frankly getting tired of it.
All right, well, let's take one more break, because when we come back, we want to ask how you are going to manage to stay awake from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Tuesday night and what you have planned. So stay with us on Spanning the State.
Hey, John Mercure here, hoping you'll join me on Saturdays at noon for Experience Wisconsin. I love this show. We travel around the state, introduce you to cool people, cool places, and things you need to check out. This week, 3 guests: the Eleanor Room, the town of Brookfield.
We love the Corners. We actually consider it probably the heart of the town of Brookfield. So many people visit. There's, something for everybody.
And Milwaukee Food and City Tours. It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturdays on WTMJ.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With shorter days in the forecast, brighten up now with top quality lighting and ceiling fans at unbeatable prices. At our award-winning showroom, you'll see our new display of Visual Comfort brand lighting along with their newest LED lights and ceiling fans. We carry every major brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
If you're experiencing low energy, brain fog, or bloating, then your body might need a detox. Active Liver from New Nordic makes it easy to help your liver to detox your body all year long without any major changes to your diet or lifestyle.
I'm Brett Matschke, and you're due for service.
Ridgelawns. I know you have a great dog, right? But you know there's room for improvement. At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we can help. Our attention-based training system uses modern technology to help you better communicate with your dog, even in high distraction. When you schedule a free consultation with us, you will have the opportunity to see our training in action and meet for yourself our happy dogs off leash and under control. Contact Sit Means Sit today at 262-361-3641 or find us on the web at sitmeansitwaukesha.com to schedule your free consultation so you can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Libby Collins here from my friends at Seniors Helping Seniors of Waukesha. They know maintaining independence is one of the greatest concerns for seniors, and that's why for over a decade, they've been serving southeastern Wisconsin, offering personalized in-home care to fit each senior's unique needs. From help with daily tasks like bathing, meal prep, and transportation, to companionship and light housekeeping, caregivers make it possible for seniors to stay in the homes they love without a contract. Interested in becoming a caregiver? Contact Seniors Helping Seniors today. shswaukesha.com.
It's the Political Power Half Hour. Steve Scafidi joining us. This was debated in my house last night, and I know Steve and I could talk about this, but we'd be punching out of our league. Kristen, as a woman, how did you feel when you heard Donald Trump say that you and all women were going to be protected from immigrants and missiles and every form of horrible thing, and he was going to protect you whether you liked it or not?
Well, I would say beyond the fact that whether you like it or not sounds a lot like no means yes, and that the implications of what he's saying is that the only way to support women is to dominate and infantilize and quote unquote protect us. But I just keep coming back to protect us from what and from whom? Because when you really look at what threats there are to women, to American women, when we talk about sexual assault and rape and being murdered and abused by our intimate partners, when we talk about women being denied care after they've been raped, because right now 134 women a day are being impregnated after rape and living in one of the 14 states that has an abortion ban. There are women dying or being maimed after they've been denied abortion care when they're going through a miscarriage. And so when I think about it as far as what are you actually saying you're going to protect us from? Because there's a lot of damage being done right now. And I think so much back to the viral debate that was happening on social media earlier this year of if you went in the woods alone and you encountered a bear or a man, what would you choose? And 7 out of 8 women say the bear. And they say it because of men like Donald Trump. And I'm just going to say it because this is a man who has been found liable for sexual abuse. There's 28 women who have accused him of sexual misconduct. He brags about the fact that he put justices on the court who have taken away abortion care and women are literally dying. And he's in her sworn testimony, his own wife, his ex-wife, Ivana, said that he yanked out a handful of her hair and then raped her after she commented on his hair implant surgery. And when she died, he buried her in the back of his New Jersey golf course. So I don't believe this man when he says he wants to protect women.
Yeah, I would just add, it was brilliantly stated by Kristen. If Donald Trump says he's going to protect women, I would run as far and as fast away from that as possible, because his track record basically says the opposite.
Steve, we're running out of time, but we want to bring you, we'll touch base before Tuesday night, because not only will you be hosting the Political Power Hour at 9 a.m., which you do Monday through Friday here on WTMJ, you will also be hosting Election Night into the day after, starting at 11 p.m., going to 5 a.m. Here's my one tip for you. I used to do overnights. 5-hour energy drinks, a lot of coffee, and some snacks.
We'll have all of that. We're going to have pizza. I'm sure they're going to have coffee. I'll probably have some Gatorade or something like that. I'm not really worried about it. I stay up every election, every presidential election. And I have done this for, 30 years. So it's a way to sort of get through the night while I'm talking about it. And I think this year, regardless of what happens, and there's more of the races than just presidential, it's going to be an exciting race to cover. So I'm looking forward to doing that all night.
All right. They will rehash all of it with you next Friday. So thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll be back after this to spin around the state.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good Karma brand station.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick. Soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Here's an important message for seniors to save their assets.
Elders do not have to lose everything at the end of life paying for nursing care or assisted living.
Dan Kraus from Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center.
If you have assets over $150,000, it often makes sense to work with an experienced elder law attorney to save as much as possible from the devastating cost of nursing care. For your security, for your family.
Contact Kraus Estate Planning and Elder Law Center at estateplanningpeople.com.
As you age, you start noticing pain in your joints that didn't used to be there. But you don't have to live in pain. When joint pain becomes a reality, schedule your free pain evaluation with Rejuvenex. We'll find where your pain lives and inject powerful, FDA-approved medicines that reduce inflammation and pain, while improving mobility in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees, with some patients experiencing relief for greater than 2 years before repeating the process. While treatments like stem cells can cost close to $10,000 per joint, at Rejuvenex, the cost for your injection can be as low as $65, and almost all major insurance plans cover our treatments, so you may not have to pay anything at all. Call us now to schedule your free pain evaluation, because I'm pretty sure we can help you. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch.
Go to a place of safety now. A tornado warning is in effect.
The danger in the thunderstorm alone is definitely there, with wind gusts where it's 50 miles per hour and lots of lightning in the storm system.
Keeping you updated on the weather so you can keep you and your family safe with severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm, proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Election Day is 4 days away. Stay tuned to WTMJ for all of your Decision Wisconsin Election Day coverage. We are your #1 place for coverage of the 2024 presidential race. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 2:01, it's 47 degrees tonight, mainly clear and cool with a low of 38. For your Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 56. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Tiff Pua. A letter containing a, quote, white powdery substance draws a hazmat response to the downtown Milwaukee post office.
The letter was intercepted by post-inspection officials around 11 o'clock Friday morning. Spokesperson for Mayor Cavalier Johnson, Jeff Fleming, says the letter mirrors others that have targeted election offices across the country just days before the election.
There are similarities between this item and other items which have been identified around the country.
Fire Lieutenant Carlos Velasquez Sanchez tells WTMJ the incident appears to be isolated within the city to just the downtown post office.
Everything went according to what we were expecting without a hitch.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Initial tests indicate that the powdery substance does not appear to be dangerous. Decision Wisconsin, Milwaukee is the center of a final push for both campaigns.
The former president and the vice president head to the Brew City at the same time. Donald Trump will rally at Pfizer Forum at 8 o'clock tonight, with doors opening at 4. No word on any guest speakers or performers. Following a campaign event in Appleton at 6 o'clock, Kamala Harris will head to the State Fair Park Expo Center. It's her final When We Vote, We Win rally in concert, featuring guest speaker Cardi B and performances from big names like Glorilla and the Isley Brothers. Harris will speak at 9 o'clock. Doors open at 6. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Over 1 million Wisconsinites have already cast their vote. The TMJ4 chief political reporter Charles Benson tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
We have already shattered the record for in-person absentee voting. I think we've crossed the 700,000 mark. What we haven't reached yet is the 1.9 million that we saw in early voting in 2020.
Today is the last day for early voting in many communities. Milwaukee will allow in-person voting throughout this weekend. Clocks get turned back an hour this weekend as daylight saving time ends on Sunday. Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living President Jill Kreider tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News the time change can be difficult for people suffering with dementia.
It really does just affect their sleep, and their brain's not able to process the change.
Kreider says the best way to help people with dementia is to start the transition slowly a week before the time change. Starting on Saturday, eager cookie bakers will be able to get their hands on this year's We Energies Cookie Book. The popular cookie book features dozens of cookie recipes from local bakers. Utility spokesperson Amy Johns.
Tomorrow, we have our big signature distribution events at American Family Field starting at 9 o'clock and Fox City Stadium in Appleton as well.
Johns tells Wisconsin's Morning News the popular books are always in high demand and that the distribution events run until 1 p.m. tomorrow for Fam Field. You can get a digital copy of the cookie book, and for more information about that and distribution events, text the word cookie, COOKIE, to the WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. Time for news about your money. Here's your WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Looking good. We're in the green on this Friday. The Dow is up 348 to 42,109. Your S&P 500 is up 33 points to 5,738. And the NASDAQ is up 158 points to 18,252. Elections have consequences. Is your investment and retirement plan ready for what's next? Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:35.
When you want the best medical attention, you don't just go to anybody, you go to a specialist. The same should be true with your car or truck. I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. When your vehicle needs service, take it to a specialist, an Adam member new car dealer. Adam dealers use factory-warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians specially trained on the advanced technology on your vehicle. They have all the latest manufacturer service bulletins and will know if your issue is covered by an existing warranty or if there are any recalls. And despite what you might assume, their prices are as low or lower than independent shops, even on routine maintenance and tires. Now, knowing all that, why would you even consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
For great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
We've found that the high road is worth the climb, and it's less crowded. At Semperfi, everything we do is done to the best of our ability. There are no shortcuts. It's pretty simple. We do what we say we're going to do because we fully understand that a reputation is never given, it's always earned. It is in our nature to keep our values intact so that when we leave your job, you'll be right there to shake our hand with satisfaction. We've installed massive flat roofs and shingled huge churches, schools, and all kinds of homes from modest to extravagant, all with integrity and pride in our work. And we're going to keep doing it for generations to come. That's what Always Faithful means to us. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. Losers of 4 straight games, the Bucks look to break out of their funk on Saturday night against the undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers.
Everything's on me until we get it right. We got to fix this.
Packers quarterback Jordan Love is limited participant in Thursday's practice, a sign that he's making progress after straining his groin last Sunday's win against the Jaguars. The Wisconsin women's volleyball team takes on powerhouse Nebraska. You can hear the game tonight on WTMJ with coverage beginning at 7:30. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Just one incident to report in Waukesha County on the ramp from County F to I-94 East. There is a disabled semi that's sitting on the shoulder. It is off to the side of the ramp and it is out of traffic, but it is there.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Be our eyes on the road. Report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Volkswagen Traffic Tip Line at 414-238-9329.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast tonight. Mainly clear and cool with a low of 38. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 56. And for your Sunday, rain likely and breezy, a high of 61. To start your work week, Monday will be rainy and breezy with a high of 68. And for your Tuesday, there's a chance of rain with a high of 65. Right now in Madison, it's 45. In Waukesha, it's 46. In Green Bay, it's 44. And in Milwaukee, it's sunny and 47. I'm Tiff Pua. Sighting Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:09.
It's time to take a spin around Wisconsin and find stories you might have missed. Here's Spinning the State on Spanning the State with Kristen Bry and Brian Noonan.
Well, as much as you think the only news is about politics, it is not. There are a lot of things happening around Wisconsin, and if you want more details on the stories we're going to share with you today, text SPIN to 855-616-1620. It has been a stressful week, but it's Friday, so let's spin the wheel and see what we've got.
All right, here we go.
Kaiser.
We haven't been to Kaiser yet.
Been to Kaiser.
This is very exciting. Well, they say all good things must come to an end, and that has come for a popular Columbia County pit stop. Gilbertson's store is at the intersection of Highway C and DM in Kaiser. It marked its last day of business yesterday, ending a 130-year run.
Wow.
130 years. Yes. The day did mark the end of one institution, the store, but it celebrated another. Thursday was the owners, Kenny and June Gilbertson's 65th wedding anniversary, so congratulations to them. The store itself was a true general store where you could buy a pair of jeans, boots, work gloves. There were belts for car fans and lawnmowers, cigars, large wooden bin of candy bars at the front door, not one of these tourist trap stores. It was a real general store. The store was also famous, in air quotes, for its outhouses, which were in use all the way up to yesterday. A feature in the State Journal said that the biggest void in the aftermath of the closing of Gilbertson's store is going to be the gatherings. New Year's Eve was always a huge event at the store. Tuesdays and Thursdays were when hands of sheep's head were dealt. Kenny Gilbertson, 85, wanted nothing to do with the store when he was in his late teens, but later in life, he would help the family legacy stay intact. He said, if you're in a place like this and you do it to make money, forget about it. It's never going to happen. He grew up above the store, owned by his parents. He said, I've gotten more rewards than anybody could ever have. It's unreal. Then June piped in and she said, there's mixed emotions. We're sad that we won't see all of the people, but we know it's got to come to an end. It's just too hard for both of us. So a piece of Wisconsin history coming to an end yesterday, but we salute them. For 130 years, this family store staying open.
Here's to Gilbertsons. You know what I also think of that I hadn't thought of in a long time when I think of Kaiser?
Huh.
Kaiser Sose. What's the last time maybe I'll watch The Usual Suspects this weekend. That was a good movie. All right, let's see where we're going next.
Waukesha.
Waukesha. All right. Well, we're all connected in some way, not just to each other, but with science, technology, engineering, and math. Also known as STEM. If you're not sure how that's possible, you might want to be in Waukesha tomorrow. The annual Friends of Retzer Nature Center's Science Fest, Energy and Nature, powered by Generac, is open to all ages of inquisitive minds. In a statement describing the fest, Retzer Nature Center supervisor Janet Barthel said, quote, "Science Fest is a celebration of discovery where curiosity meets the wonders of our environment. It's an opportunity for everyone to engage with science in a fun and meaningful way. Science is part of our lives every day." Waukesha County staff and Horwitz de Reamer Planetarium staff will guide guests to explore energy and nature with programs, hikes, shows, hands-on activity, and vehicle displays. Topics will cover natural resources, outdoor play, water conservation, recycling, wildlife, citizen science, sustainability, and more. Science Fest runs from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and admission, is free.
Yay!
They blinded me with science.
Science! Yes. Anytime, even when I was teaching, anytime we had science, I was like, all right, kids, it's time for science. Let's spin the wheel one more time.
Milwaukee.
All right. Well, listen, there's a good chance if you're driving around Milwaukee tonight, you're going to be stuck in traffic because of two giant political rallies. But you can enjoy yourself by gazing upon the Milwaukee skyline. You will see a bright shade of teal. Landmarks across Milwaukee, including the U.S. Bank Center and American Family Field, along with more than 1,300 buildings and landmarks around the world, are going to be lighting up teal tonight to raise Alzheimer's awareness as part of Alzheimer's Foundation of America, AFA, Light the World in Teal program. So today marks the start of Alzheimer's Awareness Month. The annual program, which is held in November, aims to shine a spotlight on Alzheimer's disease and show support for the millions of people affected by it. Teal, if you didn't know, is AFA's Alzheimer's awareness color. Some of the Milwaukee landmarks that are going to be included, other than the American Family Field and the U.S. Bank Center, are the Baird Center, Wells Street Tunnel, Milwaukee County Historical Society. The president and CEO of the AFA said in a statement, "It's wonderful to see some of Milwaukee's most well-known and iconic sites raising Alzheimer's awareness and showing support for millions of Americans impacted by the disease." End quote. Nearly 7 million Americans, including 110,000 Wisconsin residents, are currently living with Alzheimer's. So you can take a second tonight while you're sitting in traffic cursing the candidates to admire a beautiful reminder of a horrible disease.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Nice.
So that's good. If you want any more details on any of the stories that we covered, you can text SPIN to 855-616-1620. When we come back, oh my goodness, the debate over self-checkouts has been going on forever. There is a trend away from them, and another chain that has stores in Wisconsin is making one of those chains. We'll talk about that after this on Spanning the State.
The Upswing is your place for commerce and community.
Donald Trump called the word tariffs, it's more beautiful than love. The most beautiful word in the world.
Hosted by Jeff Sherman.
Oftentimes will benefit a small group while imposing costs on a much larger group and having negative effects over the long term.
Weekdays from 10 to 11 on WTMJ. Presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs.
It's quiz time. Here's your first question. Which senator joined the extreme left in Washington, D.C. to send COVID relief checks to prisoners, including the Boston Marathon bomber? Answer, Tammy Baldwin. Who backed puberty blockers and sex change surgeries for minor children in Wisconsin? Once again, Tammy Baldwin. Next question. Which senator even supported castration and mastectomies for minors? Time's up. It does sound crazy, but that was Tammy Baldwin again. Over and over, Baldwin has sided with the extreme left in D.C. Baldwin is for they, them, not you. And now for our final answer. It's time to replace Tammy Baldwin. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter Stash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
Welcome back to Spanning the State. I am Kristen Bry.
I'm Brian Noonan, digging the upbeat jams that Rhea's laying down, spinning those steel wheels in the back. Kristen, how do you feel about self-checkout lines?
Particular. So I like the option. I think that the option, especially if, like in a Walgreens when there's only two people working and they have to go unlock one of the little, the deodorant for someone and there's no one up there. I think there's a time and a place for them. What I hate is that that's the only option.
Yeah.
And that you, especially when you are in, anywhere and you buy booze and then all of a sudden you're at the self-checkout because there is no actual checkout to go to with an actual person. So then you're waiting there for someone to be able to come over and check your ID and punch in the little number that they have to punch in. Or you have some error that happens because you put your toothbrush in the thing after you scanned it, but it doesn't monitor that it's in there because it's so light, and then you have an error and then you have to wait for the person to come. So I hate self-checkout when there are so many things that still require an actual person to come over and help you.
I agree with that. I also hate I think they were designed to expedite things. If you and your family of 4 have 2 full carts, you don't need to go to the self-checkout line. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm impatient. Yes, I'm cranky. That's the way it goes. Well, if you don't know this, in 1986 is when Kroger first introduced self-checkout lines, and they have been the subject of debate since then. So the machines were at first called a revolution in the supermarket. They were meant to streamline the shopping experience. They also led, though, to staff reductions across the country because, hey, if a robot will do my job, why do I need to pay somebody to work here at the cash register? So people either love them or they hate them. And after the lines spread from grocery stores to other industries, now there's a movement to do away with self-checkout. Hy-Vee, which is an Iowa-based grocery chain with locations in Wisconsin, is downsizing its self-checkout operations. In some stores, they are doing away with it altogether. Their spokesperson confirmed to the Journal Sentinel that some of the company's stores are getting rid of them. Other stores have converted self-checkouts into express lanes, which we need more of, and we need we need express lane cops. I would happily pay 3 cents more per item if I could get a checkout lane cop to count items and go, I'm sorry, the limit here is 12, you have 20, go over there. Go to the people who can't count lane.
The lane monitor?
They should wear the orange belts just like in grade school, like the hall monitors, so you know they're there. So Hy-Vee has done this before, because they tried that cashierless technology that Whole Foods does and the Amazon stores do, where you just walk through and you use an app, which the first time I used one of those was at AmFam Field, and it made me, I didn't like it.
Oh, like when you just take a beer and then you
just take stuff
and you're just
walk out.
I guess, okay. I just can walk away. There's no exchange with any other person. I feel like I'm stealing this.
Yeah, so that halfway down the concourse, I get tackled by 3 security guards because I took a Miller Lite. I don't want to do that. But a lot of retailers are eliminating or reducing the self-checkout operations. Target they have express self-checkouts. They have a limit of 10 items, which is fine. Some of the Walmart stores are now taking their self-checkouts out, and I know 2 Walmarts near me had gone to almost exclusive. They spent over a year putting in all these self-checkout lanes only to realize people can't handle it. And I
also wonder if they lose money on it. Because, they have the cameras, obviously, and they have the weighted sensors to know that you put something in the checkout area and in the bag, and there's the camera on your hands and what you're checking. But I have to imagine that people are still sneaking stuff past there, and that they're potentially also losing money on, unfortunately, people stealing stuff versus what the hourly wage would be to just have enough people working to check people out.
Well, the fact that you bring that up is very astute, because that is the main reason.
Okay, big shock.
It's
not for the convenience of the customers. It's like, we're losing money on this.
No, we're losing money because we counted on people being honest, which was the greatest underestimation in the history of business. We thought people wouldn't steal from us. Well, they're saying, the retailers are saying, no, people are stealing. They're ringing up items under ID codes for similar but less expensive products. They're simply failing to scan all the items in their carts. They call this shrinkage. So people are stealing, and they're like, well, now I guess we're going to have to hire people back to because you dishonest folks are just stealing us blind. So
maybe the robots aren't
checkers.
Coming as quickly as we thought they were.
No, we're not. I don't know. It's so I'm.
But also, this is the soapbox I'm going to end on this. There also is, and I say this as an extrovert. I know, as a Pollyanna who likes small talk and likes meeting people, and I totally get it. But there is actual social science that shows that small interactions throughout your day with strangers where you exchange pleasantries is good for your mental health. So to actually have to engage with someone who is checking you out is not a bad thing. Say hi, ask how they're doing. They're going to ask you the same thing, and maybe you'll have a pleasant exchange and you'll feel a little bit better for the rest of the day. So that is my Pollyanna soapbox for today.
That's very nice. Somebody said pick and save at 76th, and Good Hope took them out because they were getting stolen blind.
Yeah.
Somebody chastising me. How about practice patience? They spelled it wrong. And kindness, and not be so quick to judge. Because I have one item and you have 178, and you don't know how to work a machine. So yes, I'm in a hurry.
But here's the thing: is it in cases where there's not other options for them to check out?
No.
Okay.
No, but maybe they see, I would be happy if they had a Super Express aisle. I would be happy to exchange pleasantries with a man or woman working at the cash register. Oh, hi, how you doing? Have a nice day. Blah, blah, blah. That'd be great. But I don't want to stand behind, again, a family with 2 full carts who have 1 million single cups of macaroni and cheese, and they have to ring each one of them up, and there's 46 of them. I don't have time for that. I came in, I got a loaf of bread, I got a bail, I got things to do. One of them is take a break so we can come back and get other things done here on Spanning the State.
Hey Bucks fans, it's Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network, here to tell you about the launch of the Bucks Central podcast feed. Everything Bucks, on demand, in one spot. From sideline to sideline, hear all the ankle-breaking, rim-rattling, and twine-tingling highlights, exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe to the Bucks Central podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. All the Bucks content your heart desires in one spot. Check out the Bucks Central podcast feed.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Steve and Ashley heard our radio ads over the years, and when it came time to buy their first home, they clicked on the blue button. We sent them a credit-verified pre-approval the same day and upgraded to a rock-solid, fully verified and guaranteed pre-approval shortly thereafter. We also let them know about AccuNet's property-specific pre-approval, where we might be able to include those magic words, no appraisal required. When they wrote their next offer, several $1,000s over asking to make sure someone else didn't end up sleeping in their dream home, their property-specific rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval did include that most powerful phrase, no appraisal required, and the sellers picked Steve and Ashley's offer over several others. If you think all mortgage lenders and pre-approvals are the same, think again. Go with the local mortgage lender that has the tools and know-how to help you win. We'll also likely save you $1,000 to $3,000 in closing costs for exactly the same rate as your bank. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's Dave from Feldco. Did drafty windows make last winter frigid? Listen, Feldco's here to make things easier for you. It's the perfect time of year to replace those old windows. Right now, get 50% off windows plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. Visit us at 4feldco.com or give us a call at 866-4Feldco.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866-4Feldco.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richlands Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richlands Tire and Service Centers.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Welcome back to Spanning the State. I am Kristen Bry.
I'm Brian Noonan. On the other side of the news, we're going to have some fun. It is Friday, and I know some of the stuff we've been talking about has been a little heavy, but hey, guess what? This is America where everything is heavy. There are very few lighthearted days, but we try to do the best we can. But it is Friday, so we are going to be playing our game. We'll tell you when to call, and you can play and win some valuable prizes.
What game are we playing today, Brian? I mean, this is your first time playing the game in 2 weeks because you've been gone for the last 2 Fridays. Did you miss it? I don't think I did it justice. I have to be honest. I feel like you are better as the quiz master than I am. I did my best, but we missed you.
I'm sure you did. Wonderful. You and Steve played, so I'm sure between the two of you did a great job.
We did good. But what is the topic du jour?
Well, Kristen, we cannot travel far from our realities, so it will be presidential trivia today. Questions about past presidents, not future ones, not about Tuesday. Just, we've had a number of presidents prior to whoever is elected Tuesday, so these will be questions about them. So when we ask if you know, then you know. People, there's still. I guess we can mention this real quick because we got about a minute. People are upset, obviously, about that one of the political ads that we played, the transgender ad. And
there's a lot of them.
A lot of people very offended by that, and rightfully so. But the deal is, as a public broadcast station, we are obligated to play commercials from legitimate candidates. We can't say no, even if we don't agree with the message. So to everybody who's texting in saying how horrible it is that we played the commercial, those commercials don't represent Good Karma Brands. They don't represent Spanning the State or Kristen or me or anybody else on the air. We are legally obligated to play them, and so that's why you're hearing them here. Now, you are legally obligated to listen to ABC News and local headlines.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franz, and the number of jobs added in October fell sharply. It's the final government jobs report before the election.
The economy shed 46,000 manufacturing jobs in October, a number likely magnified by the Boeing strike. Hurricanes Helene and Milton also had an impact on holding down job growth. Just 12,000 private sector jobs were added last month, well below expectations of about 100,000. But the Labor Department's report showed the economy is still strong. Unemployment held at 4.1%. Brian Clark, ABC News.
Former President Trump criticizing those jobs numbers, blaming the Biden-Harris policies, he says, for slowing growth. Trump is in Michigan this afternoon, making an unscheduled stop in Dearborn. Tonight, he and Vice President Kamala Harris hold dueling rallies in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And fans are cheering on the Los Angeles Dodgers this hour, celebrating their World Series title today with the Victory Parade underway. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:31. I'm Tiff Pua. A Milwaukee man posts bail after driving the wrong way on I-94 and coming within inches of the vice president's motorcade last week. 55-year-old Wayne Wacker is charged with second-degree recklessly endangering safety and was driving with a blood alcohol content 3 times the legal limit. Wacker's charge is a Class G felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison and a $25,000 fine. The U.S. Marshals Service has completed Operation Trick or Treat 2, a month-long effort to investigate and arrest non-compliant and fugitive sex offenders. Of the over 300 arrests that were made across multiple cities, one significant arrest was a Wisconsin Department of Corrections most wanted sex offender. U.S. Marshals arrested Antonio Cook in Chicago, a man on the run for the last 4 years. Cook was wanted on warrants for failure to register as a sex offender and probation violations with an underlying conviction for sex abuse of a child. And the union representing striking Boeing factory workers in the Pacific Northwest says members will vote on the latest contract offer on Monday. The latest one on the table includes wage increases of 38% over 4 years, plus a $12,000 contract ratification bonus. But it doesn't include the return to the old pension plan that Boeing workers were seeking. Time for news about your money. Here's your WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Still staying in the green on this Friday. It's good news, hopefully. The Dow is up 300 points to 42,069. The S&P 500 is up 30 points to 5,736. And your NASDAQ is up 152 points to 18,247. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at your roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic. One incident and a closure to talk about today. On the ramp from County F in Waukesha to I-94 East, there's a disabled semi that's sitting on the shoulder. It is out of traffic, but it is very, very there. So beware of that. And then Wisconsin 11 is closed in both directions near Janesville, from US 51 to the east and from 3990 south to South DuPont Drive because of an incident. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast tonight. Mainly clear and cool with a low of 38. For your Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 56. Sunday, rain is likely, breezy with a high of 61. For your Monday, rain to start the work week and breezy, a high of 68. And for your Tuesday, a chance of rain and a high of 65. Right now in Kohler, it's 46. In Pleasant Prairie, it's 50. And in Milwaukee, it's sunny and 48 degrees. I'm Tiff Pua. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 2:34.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Hi folks, this is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With shorter days in the forecast, brighten up now with top quality lighting and ceiling fans at unbeatable prices. At our award-winning showroom, you'll see our new display of Visual Comfort brand lighting along with their newest LED lights and ceiling fans. We carry every major brand, and our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. If it's lampshades or repairs you need, we do all that too. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturdays from 10 to 4. We're located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Welcome back to Spanning the State. I am Kristen Bry.
I'm Brian Noonan. You know it's Friday because we're going to have a little fun. In just a few minutes, we'll be playing the Ha Friday Fun Grandiloquent game show. We're doing some presidential trivia. So if you are a fan of presidents, if you are a historian of any sort, you may want to play. Now is the time to get in line to be a contestant if you are caller 4 or caller 5 at 855-616-1620. Callers 4 or caller 5 at 855-616-1620. You will play presidential trivia. But before that, Kristen, what are we doing?
Well, as part of our Decision Wisconsin coverage, WTMJ's Adam Roberts has been exploring what you will notice on your ballot once you head to the polls. So here's Adam.
Pokemon to the polls.
With less than 1 week to go until Election Day, over 1.25 million absentee ballots have already been returned to county clerks across Wisconsin. Still, there are those who will make their ways to the polls in person on November 5th. So let's examine what you can expect when you head off to cast your ballot.
There's a link. There's a link, yeah.
Our next stop are the wild counties, Washington, Ozaukee, and Washington. The 3 suburban Milwaukee regions have historically voted Republican, but in the past 2 election cycles have begun to turn more purple. In addition to the race for president, several congressional seats are up for grabs in the counties, both in the Senate and the U.S. House. On the Senate side, incumbent Democrat Tammy Baldwin faces her challenge from Republican Eric Hovde, as well as 2 independent candidates, Phil Anderson and Thomas Leager. There were no third-party candidates in 2018 when Senator Baldwin defeated Leah Vukmir for the seat. In the House, Republican incumbent Brian Stile defends his District 1 seat against Democrat Peter Barca and the Green Party's Chester Todd. District 5 includes parts of Waukesha and Washington counties and pits Scott Fitzgerald, the incumbent Republican, against Ben Steinhoff. And District 6, which encompasses much of Ozaukee County, pits Glenn Grothman against Democratic challenger John Zarbano.
If you're ready, vote now.
Switching over to state elections, possibly the closest assembly race in the WOW counties could be in District 22, which encompasses much of Ozaukee and parts of southeast Washington counties. There, Republican Paul Melitik takes on a challenge from Democrat Dana Glasstein. Another race combining parts of Ozaukee and Washington counties in District 59 pits Republican Robert Brooks against Democrat Jack Holzman. In other Washington County races, longtime Assemblyman Dan Knodel is currently serving in the state Senate, but will be running for a seat in District 24 of the Assembly, taking on Democrat William Walter. In District 58, incumbent Republican Rick Gundren takes on Democrat Deb Anderson, and in a race that combines parts of Washington and Waukesha counties in District 98, Republican Jim Pawarchek faces a challenge from Democrat Del Schmeckel. In Ozaukee County, Deb Andraka serves as a rare Democrat incumbent in the WOW counties. She faces a challenge in District 23 from Republican Lori O'Brien Wolf. Meanwhile, in Waukesha County, other than Pawarchek v. Schmeckel, all races in the Assembly feature a Republican incumbent. In District 15, Adam Nalen takes on Democrat Sarah Harrison. In District 82, Scott Allen faces Kevin Riley. District 83 pits Dave Maxey against Jill Schindler. District 84 sees Chuck Wickers taking on Zachary Roper. And in District 97, Cindy Dukow faces Beth Leonard. In the state Senate, Dewey Strobel's 8th district encompasses parts or all of all 3 WOW counties. He faces a challenge from Democrat Jody Habush-Sinekin, while in Ozaukee County's District 20, Dan Fyan takes on Democrat Michael Rapp, and in Waukesha County's District 28, incumbent Republican Julian Bradley takes on Democrat Megan Locke. Finally, in addition to the statewide non-citizen voting referendum question, as well as local municipal elections, 4 WOW County school districts, including Arrowhead, Hartford, West Bend, and Northern Ozaukee, will all take on school referendum questions. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
For a complete rundown on all election information, visit the Decision Wisconsin section of WTMJ.com. When we come back, let's do some presidential trivia.
Do you know how taxes will impact your golden years? I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Proper tax planning can make all the difference in your retirement savings. Without the right strategy, taxes can take a big bite out of your hard-earned nest egg. We can help you maximize your retirement income and keep more of what you earned. It's your money. You deserve to know what's at stake. Right now, taxes are historically low, but they won't be low forever. At Drake & Associates, We focus on helping you navigate the complexities of tax laws to ensure your financial future is secure. Don't let taxes derail your retirement dreams. Call us or text TAX to 414-409-9982. That's TAX to 414-409-9982.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
It's David Nason, your personal inspection pro from WTMJ's The Fix-It Show. I'm with my go-to basement repair guy, Chris Mancuso of Accurate Basement Repair. This is the team I personally recommend for leaky or cracked basements.
Wow, thanks, David. Our team at Accurate Basement Repair has been fixing leaky and cracked basements for the Fix-It listeners for over 20 years.
That's great, Chris. For more information about how to schedule a free inspection and estimate, check out AccurateBasementRepair.com because they're not just good, they're accurate.
Those who don't have 20/20 vision usually do something about it. But many who can't breathe freely through their nose just live with it, not realizing they can have 20/20 breathing. At Advent, we're out to change that. With 20/20 breathing, you'll have fewer sinus infections, more energy, you'll sleep better, and you will live better. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. In 2006, Advent pioneered the balloon sinuplasty procedure. And since, thousands of our patients can tell you, this simple 20-minute in-office solution really works. Balloon sinuplasty can give you 20/20 breathing so you can breathe freely through both nostrils with your mouth closed day and night. And that can change your life.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. At a member, new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are as low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
Let's play a game.
Come on down!
How fun!
I'm ready. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Put on your thinking caps. It's time for the Ha Ha Friday Fun Time Grandiloquent Game Show. Put your hands together and welcome your quizmasters, Kristen Bry and Brian Noonan.
Let's play.
Yeah, man, I have missed the game, but the band is back together, and it is Friday, and we are playing presidential trivia for valuable prizes. Let's meet our players, shall we? First, we go to, well, right here in Milwaukee. We say hi to Thomas. Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Thomas, are you there?
Hello.
Oh, there he
Hi,
is.
Thomas. What do you do here in Milwaukee?
I'm a plumber.
Oh, man. God bless you. You have to deal with I'm guessing, a lot of horrible situations.
It's not too bad.
All right, well, there you go. You heard it right from Thomas's mouth. Thomas, do you know a lot about presidents?
A little bit.
All right, well, let's see if you know more than Patty. She is in Oak Creek. Hi, Patty.
Hello.
Listen to that energy, Christian. Patty is jacked up. She's ready to go. It's Friday. What do you do there in Oak Creek, Patty?
I'm a realtor.
Oh, see, yeah. Patty's trying to. How's the market in Oak Creek? You know, we know the former mayor.
So do I very well.
All right. Well, we'll see. All right, Patty.
It's doing well. It's doing well.
Good. We don't want to get Scafidi in trouble. We're just going to leave it here and move on to the game. Patty and Thomas, this is how the game is going to work. Kristen or I will ask you a question. If you get the question right, hey, guess what? You get a point. If not, oh my goodness, then we move on. But first person to 5 correct answers or whoever is leading when time runs out will be our winner. Patty, Thomas, do you understand the rules? Are you ready to play the game?
I'm ready.
Go.
All right, here we go. Flip the coin. Thomas gets the first question. Kristen, Hit him.
All right, Thomas, true or false? The most common religious affiliation among presidents is Baptist. True or false?
False.
That is correct. It is false. Episcopalian is the most common
Episcopalian,
affiliation of religious affiliation.
Wow, very nice, Thomas. On the board, starting it off. That's how we do it, Patty. Let's see if you can get on the board, too. Patty, who was the youngest person elected president at age of 43?
JFK.
All right.
Wow,
back
all
to
right.
back.
Very nice,
All
Patty.
right.
Here we go.
1-1. Thomas, how many presidents were assassinated while in office? 1, 2,
4.
3, or 4?
4.
Wow.
Thomas,
That's
you were
right.
underselling yourself, Thomas, as far as your knowledge. All right.
All right, very nice. They were Lincoln, Garfield, McKinley, and Kennedy, by the way. And we come back to Patty, waiting to sell some houses in Oak Creek. Can she tell me, Patty, what president was known as the rail splitter? What president was known as the rail splitter? 5 seconds.
Roosevelt?
No, it is not Roosevelt. All you need to do is look south. It was Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. So
All right.
Thomas leads 2-1.
Thomas, back to you. How many presidents were never married? 0, 1, 3, or 4?
I think it's just one.
Indeed,
Wow.
it was just one. James Buchanan.
Wow.
Not married, no wife.
Thomas is dominating. 3-1. Patty, you can save yourself. You are representing all realtors across Wisconsin. Do not let them down when I ask you what president is not portrayed on Mount Rushmore. Not on Mount Rushmore. Is it George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, or Franklin Roosevelt? Not on
Franklin
Mount
Roosevelt.
Rushmore.
Got it.
Very nice. Patty
FDR,
back
not
on the
on
board,
Mount
narrowing the
Rushmore.
gap. 3-2.
Back to Thomas. True or false? William Harrison served only 1 month as president.
That's true.
Wow, Thomas.
Thomas, you
made it seem like you didn't even know what a president was. Now you're dominating. Congratulations. Okay, Patty, it's getting close. What does the president swear to, quote, preserve, protect, and defend during the oath of office?
The Constitution of the United States of America.
Boom, Patty bringing it back. It's 4-3. This is exciting. Now,
All right.
Thomas, because Kristen's going to read you this question. If you get it right, you win the game. If not, you leave the valve open for Patty to flow through to victory. See what I did there with the plumber jokes? Fantastic.
That was very nice.
Very quick. All right. Good luck,
Friday.
Thomas.
All right, Thomas. What president was nicknamed the Rough Rider?
Oh, man. Teddy Roosevelt.
There we go. Very nicely done. Thomas with a 5-3 victory over Patty. Thomas, the plumber from Milwaukee. Very nicely done, Thomas.
Thank you.
Patty, you played very well. You stumbled a little, but you came back strong. We like to see that effort. Unfortunately, unlike youth soccer, there can only be one winner, and that is Thomas. Thomas, you're going to walk away with a valuable prize, a WTMJ prize pack. By valuable, I mean I don't know what's in it, but it's free, so don't complain.
Well done, Patty. Congratulations, Thomas.
Good attitude, Patty.
Yeah, well played.
Good. This was fun. I love it.
I'm glad you guys played. Thanks for calling, Thomas. Hang on the line, and Real will get all your information. Thank you guys for playing. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We do it every Friday at this time, but now we must do this on Spanning the State.
Hey Bucks fans, it's Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network, here to tell you about the launch of the Bucks Central podcast feed. Everything Bucks, on demand, in one spot. From sideline to sideline, hear all the ankle-breaking, rim-rattling, and twine-tingling highlights, exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe to the Bucks Central podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. All the Bucks content your heart desires in one spot. Check out the Bucks Central podcast feed.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
I'm Brett Matchke, and you're due for service.
Ridgelawns.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga for Comfort Awnings. You've heard me talk about the wonderful new retractable awning the team at Comfort Awnings installed at my home. Now I can have all the cookouts and get-togethers in my backyard with some extra shade and relaxation for my guests. Comfort Awnings is a local family-owned company in Burlington that provides expert installation in southeast Wisconsin and northern Illinois. In November, you can receive $175 off any awnings or screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com to learn more.
It started with a prediction.
Go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
When is the last time you paid less but got more in return? It happens every day if you or a loved one has Medicare Advantage. $0 copays and an average of $2,500 less out-of-pocket annually, but more benefits like dental, hearing, and vision. More prevention and screenings to keep people healthy. More care for less money. No wonder 33 million seniors choose Medicare Advantage. Visit MedicareAdvantageMajority.org to learn more. Paid for by Medicare Advantage Majority.
I believe it's time for me to fly.
That song just feels like it hits different on a Friday. When you're like, all right, we get to fly for at least 2 days before we come back and do it all over again. Good show today, Brian. I'm excited to see you in person, in the flesh, on Monday after 2 weeks.
As am I. It's going to be good to be back. It's going to be good to be, not have to rely on technology to keep us connected. We'll be sitting right across from each other, so that'll be fun. Are you going to take any of our first guests' advice and try to, even though the election I know is very close and you are very invested, as most of us are you going to try to take a little break from all the craziness over the weekend?
I am. I'm donating blood tomorrow at Lost Whale. If anyone is in Milwaukee and looking for a blood donation, Lost Whale in Bayview is doing a blood drive. So Mike and I are going in there first thing in the morning. I'm going to vote tomorrow. I'm going to take Frankie there and vote. And tonight we have a family fish fry. So there's lots of things baked into the weekend as far as social interaction, putting my phone down, and being in the moment.
Good. We all need that. I hope. I just want to remind you, if you haven't voted yet, and you're like, "Well, I'm just going to wait till Tuesday." Just a heads up, it's going to be rainy and stormy on Tuesday rather. So maybe you want to vote this weekend when the weather is nice. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm just saying if you want to avoid the storms, go vote early this weekend.
Weekend. So most places, there is no early voting on Monday in Wisconsin. Most, if you go to myvote.wi.gov and go to vote early in person, you can look up what the rules are for your municipality. If you are in Milwaukee, both tomorrow and Sunday, you can vote in person at different designated polling stations. But yes, if you don't want to deal with the rain on Tuesday, You can always vote early. And then also, because literally I am getting those texts now saying, we can see that you have not voted yet, and then encouraging me to vote.
Oh, really?
So if I do it tomorrow, hopefully that'll cut down on some of those before Tuesday.
Wow, Big Brother wants you at the polls. I'm going to be taking down Halloween starting, now, because Halloween's the one holiday you can't leave your decorations up very long, because then you look
we're on to the next thing.
Yeah, Christmas you got a few weeks, Thanksgiving maybe the weekend, but Halloween, it's November 1st. I got to get those down right now. So I got to get to that. But have a great weekend. I will see everybody in person on Monday. We will talk to you on Monday. Wisconsin's Afternoon News is next.
See ya.
See ya.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh yeah, the key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SLASH to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix